Grow, Sell, and Retire is a podcast for aspirational entrepreneurs and inspirational business owners who want to work less, earn more, and even more importantly, have an awesome time while doing it. Your host, B.D. Dalton, author of True Gravity, is here to give you the systems, processes, and actions for you to create the wealth that you've always dreamt about. Get your pencil, paper, and brain ready for secrets and top tips from his 25 years of experience in helping people build wealth. Here's your host, B.D. Dalton.
Hey everybody, B.D. Dalton here from the Grow, Sell, and Retire podcast. Welcome to episode 15. This is Beware the Entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs, let me tell you, entrepreneurs, I talk to people all the time. I do speaking engagements. I walk through things. I go to networking events, even though I think networking sucks the way we're doing it. You know, you can't have a networking guy talking about true gravity and how to build a network and think that networking sucks. But the truism is that we do it too much. But entrepreneurs are the people that spend their life, their love, their energy, their family time when they should be spending it at home with their family. They should be learning how to golf, sailing, doing something else like that. They do it actually at their office, in their home office, whatever else it is, or they're out with clients, or they're doing all this stuff, and they don't get to do the things that they want to do, that they're trying to earn the money for. And entrepreneurism is amazing. Entrepreneurism makes it so that you can go out and have the freedom to go do what you want to do when you want to do it, as long as it's paying the bills, isn't it? And that is the key point. Entrepreneurs are the people that can't pay the bills. They can't do what they want to do. They get trapped. They think that the freedom is great to be able to go out and bring in the bacon and be their own boss and do all this type of stuff. But then they're the slave to not having their bank account be full enough. So entrepreneurs do some of the things we're going to talk about today. You know I love threes. And one of the quotes I talked about, or one of the quotes I love to requote is, if you're the smartest, richest, most well-connected person in the room, unless you're Bill Gates, then you're in the wrong room, because there is always something to learn. There's always something to do and expand your horizons, expand your brain, and expand your network by going into rooms, into places, into communities and universes, as I call them, that are bigger than you. Because if you think that you need to be the alpha male, alpha dog, big cheese, whatever else it is in the room to make yourself feel good, then you're in the wrong room, or you need to figure out what you're doing. So entrepreneurs make sure that they hang out in rooms and in places where there's people bigger than them. So it doesn't mean that you can't go and have some comfort, but that comfort is killed. The easiest way to boil a frog, to cook it, is to do it slowly. You put it into a vat of nice, cool water, and it goes in, slides in nicely. Then you turn up the heat, and it boils itself slowly over time. If you try to take a live frog and throw it into a boiling pot of water, if you're a vegetarian, sorry about that reference, but if you do, that frog is going to hop itself right out. But this comfort factor of being the smartest, richest, most well-connected person in the room is a horrible, horrible bit of comfort. And we don't want to get boiled like a frog. So if you are, then you need to make sure you find yourself a new room. So entrepreneurs are always expanding. If they don't, those entrepreneurs sit in the room and just get comfortable. Entrepreneurs say, you know what? I need to find a new room. The next one, and this is one that I found, it's just so great, is always, always, always be a mentor and a coach. Whether it's starting off with high school kids and moving your way up, university students, other business owners, I love sitting and coaching people or working with them to make sure that their business goes from here to there. I don't like doing resuscitation. I am not a mortician. I am not the paddles of life trying to bring somebody back. Mine is, you know what? You've got good foundations in your business, and I'm the next level guy. I'm the person that wants to say, you know what? Let's go to the next level. And if you can do that in your business, and if you can focus, then you will become the next level entrepreneur. Mentor and coach. There are lots of programs out there that you can do. Guess what? And if there aren't, you start up one. There's, you have things like you have big brothers and big sisters in the States where people can help each other with kids that don't have a good home life. There's the same thing in the States. There's scholastic achievements. There's things here through universities. And through your chambers of commerce, be a mentor, be a coach. You don't have to even get paid to do it. In the beginning, you don't have to get paid to do it. If you start giving away lots of time, then you start getting paid for it. But how you get paid in the meantime, being a mentor and a coach, is you move your way from being an entrepreneur to being an entrepreneur. I was talking to somebody the other day. Guess what? We were going through and I was walking them through. I was at a dinner trying to figure out, okay, you know what? This wasn't what I had planned. It was supposed to be a really big dinner, supposed to be a really big speaking engagement. I'd given up my time for free, but this one ended up being not as big as I'd planned. But I sat down in my brain and said, okay, how can I make this work for me a little bit better? So I sat back and said, you know what? There's not going to be a lot of people here. So I've got to sit down and do a little bit of coaching and figure out what I am getting out of this. So if I can give somebody something and some information and they can glean something from it, and I look back at my business and say, why am I not doing that? That is what I got out of it. So it was supposed to be 100 people. Then by the next night, it was 35 people. By the time I got there, it was about 20 people. And it was a very interesting scenario. Great people running it, very nice, but really interesting scenario. But I sat down and started having conversations with people and reminding them about why they started up in business. I started talking to them about not being entrepreneurs. So stop it. If you surround yourself with good people that love you and are honest with you, not people that are trying to cut you down and say, don't do that because they're jealous of you, but true people that want you to succeed, then they're going to say, you know what, BD, this isn't working. Time to cut the cords and move on. That support mechanism of somebody else helping you and you giving the permission is okay. But guess what? If you set out to be an entrepreneur, you need to give it everything you got. You need to give it all of your energy, all that time, and all that focus. So how do we get back to that focus? Being a mentor and a coach. Sit down and say, you know what? I'll offer this time up to you. Write down a game plan. So if it's about getting back out and selling more stuff, make sure that there's a contact schedule. Make sure they're celebrating successes. Make sure they're doing the small things that get things going better. Guess what? Showing up and building trust means if you say you're going to be there at 10 o'clock, be there at 9:55. If you say that you're going to deliver X email by the end of the day, deliver it 2 hours before the end of the day. Start to build up the trust. Start to make sure that you're working with them to make them a little bit better throughout this whole time frame. Because when you tell them to do that, you'll start applying it to your business. So think of things that if you would have done today or if you would have done yesterday, tomorrow is going to be a heck of a lot better. And guess what? When you start writing those things down, you're going to look at yourself and go, well, why didn't I do that yesterday? And then you're going to move yourself from this medium, possibly entrepreneur, to an entrepreneur, because you're going to start doing the things that matter, the things that blossom, and the things that explode and take you into the next level because you've been a mentor and a coach. The last thing, how do you make sure you're not an entrepreneur? The thing is, you need to go on vacation. If you tell me, or if I hear another time when people say, I've been working so hard, I have not had a vacation in 3 years, I'm going to tell you, go get a job. It just drives me nuts. Unless you hate going on vacation because you don't enjoy the sun, or you don't like going anywhere else, or you don't want to meet new people, or you don't want to have any new food, or you don't want to relax, then you can tell me that. But if you have pictures of Fiji on your wall and you tell me that I haven't gone on a holiday in 3 months, 3 years, 3 whatevers, I am going to be very pissed off at you because you are living the life of an entrepreneur. We're trying to break that habit. If you're listening to the Grow, Sell, and Retire podcast from me, BD Dalton, and you have not gone on holiday in the last 2 or 3 years, then you know what? You need to reevaluate what you're doing. I want you to blow up. I want you to explode, and in a good way, towards your goals. And the only way you can do that is to remember what you're working for. Because guess what? Nobody on their deathbed ever says, you know what? I wish I would have worked one more day. There is not a single person in the world that does that. I don't care if you're Ebenezer Scrooge. Nobody, and that was Scrooge, not Screws. I don't know why I went there, but nobody ever says, I wish I would have worked one more day. They say, you know what? I wish I would have learned how to play the piano. I wish I would have spent more time with my son or my daughter. I wish I would have seen my mom and talked to them instead of being at this stupid convention. They do not say that. Only people that say that are entrepreneurs. True, successful, GSR, grow, sell, and retire entrepreneurs say, you know what I would have done? I wouldn't have been the smartest person, most well-connected person, richest person in the room. I want to surround myself with more people. The next one is, I would have been a coach. I would have been a mentor to more people. And it's not just about business. Sometimes it's about life and giving back to the community. Being a trustee of a charity is really giving back energy and time back into the universe that then turns itself right back around on you. And in the book, I talk about a karma give. Is sometimes you give not tit for tat. You give because you're filling up the universe with energy, and that energy is coming right back to you because you filled it up. And guess what? There's too much energy in the universe, and that energy just comes bouncing right back to you. But it comes from other people looking at you saying, you know what? You've done a great thing. You've done the right stuff. I really enjoy being around you. Here's some business. Here's some energy. Here's some tickets to your favorite opera or sporting game or whatever else it is. You get it back. I promise you. The last one is, if you haven't gone on holiday, then you need to go on holiday. Make enough money, earn enough things, set a goal to go on holiday and be able to pay for it. So I've got some great stuff out there for you. I've got some free stuff online at bartdaltonconsulting.com. I've got Space Camp starting in November. Let me tell you, the people that are coming to my enterprise value accelerators, I just don't have enough time to get out and teach it to everybody. I can't travel the world because I've got a family and 3 different jobs. So I really want to make sure that I am working for you. And how I've done that is I've built Space Camp. Space Camp is online. It's got the 6 spokes for the entrepreneur. It's got the 6 spokes for the business. And guess what? You get to take all those 6 spokes, apply them to your life. And within 12 months, I promise you, your work-life balance or life-work balance or however you want to look at it, and your business will be so much better. You'll be able to go on those holidays. You'll have the time to be a mentor. And guess what? You will be able to be the smartest person, richest person, and most well-connected person in the room just before you jump over to the next one where you're going to learn from so many other people. So look for Space Camp. Look for my book. I just want to give you a lot of information so that you can be the lazy overachiever. This is BD Dalton with Grow, Sell, and Retire podcast. Go out and make it an amazing day.
Thanks for joining us on Grow, Sell, and Retire. For more information, tools, or to book one of our team members to work with your team, business, or to speak at your event or conference, visit bartdaltonconsulting.com or email contact@bartdaltonconsulting.com. Buy the book True Gravity on Amazon. If you want to work for the rest of your life, that is your business. If you don't, that is ours.